Welcome to episode 2 of the After the Final Buzzer. I'm your host, Kenny Murphy Jr. I got my dog here with me, Jamari Clark.
What's going on, y'all?
Appreciate you for coming on, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so about past halfway of the college football season so far. A lot of things have happened. Colorado has kind of been up and down this season. USC is taking a little bit of a tumble so far. What's been your assessment of this season so far?
To be honest, I feel that it's not just because you just named two Pac-12 teams, so I feel that Georgia isn't as good as they seem to have been in the past. Michigan looks amazing. I hated that Colorado, especially that Stanford loss, man. That Stanford loss hurt, but
Yeah.
I hate that they're doing better than what they were projected to do, but not as good as I thought they would have been. Oregon looked pretty good. The loss to Washington hurt them, but that just made Washington look a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie. I don't really know. I didn't expect Florida State to be as good as they are.
No, same.
So to be honest, I have no clue where it's going right now.
Nah, I kind of feel the same way. I kind of had more hopes for Texas. That loss to Oklahoma hurt them a little more.
Definitely.
But I think they can shake back a little bit in the next coming weeks. My Tar Heels took a tough L this past weekend, which kind of took us out of playoff contention.
Y'all were top 10, right?
Yeah, we were right at 10.
10? Okay.
We was right at 10, then we dropped, I think, 7 spots.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a hard road to get back because we got Louisville in front of us and Florida State in front of us. And we don't play either one of them this year. And don't either one of them play each other this year. So we got to run the table.
Yeah, I'm guaranteed.
And, we got to hope either one of them lose to somebody, and then hopefully we can make it back down here to Charlotte for the ACC championship game and have a chance. But, who knows? We'll see. Michigan, they've been good, even though they coming under fire with some cheating scandals.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I ain't hear about that.
Yeah, bro. They getting Harbaugh again, trying to cheat, stealing signals.
I ain't gonna lie, Harbaugh.
It's time to go back to the
Harbaugh
NFL.
Good for it, man.
It's time for him to go back to the pros.
Yeah.
Ohio State, at first, they didn't look as good as I thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
That especially what we've been accustomed to for like the last 10 or so years.
Yeah.
But I think they're finally starting to get their feet under them and, turn the tide. Bama, they haven't looked good. Again, same thing. We haven't been seeing this for like the last 10 years from them. So this is kind of, uncharted territory. But they're staying in it. I think they're going to run in. Yeah, they're going to run into a team, though. I don't know who is going to be out of the SEC, but they're going to run into somebody that's going to, give them their second loss.
I thought Tennessee was going to give them a little bit more running for their money than they did. But, yeah, I agree with you. I think Bama and Georgia is going to be a better game than people expect it to be. Bama and Auburn is definitely going to be a good one. Who else? I don't know. I don't have too much faith in the SEC right now, if I'm being honest. I think Michigan is going to take it. If I had to bet, I would say Michigan would take the championship, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. That kind of actually leads into the next thing. Who do you have in your top 4 for the playoffs?
It's tough because I haven't watched Florida State at all, like very, very, other than highlights of Florida State. So right now, I'm going to stay with Georgia just because they're the defending national champions. Michigan will be my number 1 team. I guess Ohio State. And I'm going to actually say Washington just because of how overpowered their offense is. But then again, when they run into those big schools like Florida State, like, I don't know, in past time, they haven't been able to withstand that defense.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and say Washington because I also like the guy Michael Penix. So, yeah, I'm going to say, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and Washington.
Okay. Yeah, I had Florida State,
Okay. Florida State being your number one?
No particular order, but
Okay,
Florida State, Ohio State, Washington, and I battle between Georgia and Oklahoma for in that fourth spot.
Okay.
Just because Georgia's missing their best player, Brock Bowers, he's out.
Yep.
And I still kind of want to see what Oklahoma does for the last 5 weeks of the season, and see what they do in their conference championship game.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I have my playoffs so
Okay.
far.
Okay.
As far as Heisman go, who you see winning the Heisman this year?
It depends. If Michael Penix wins out, if they can make it to the college playoffs, that's who I'm going with. Just because, for one, he's been balling, and they don't. I think they have like the easiest schedule going forward. Because who else do they have? Arizona.
Yeah, I think they had
Arizona State, maybe.
Yeah, they got like a few bottom of the league
Yeah.
Pac-12 teams.
He'll put up another some more 400-yard games and increase them numbers some more. So I would say him. But if they end up losing, and Caleb Williams is able to redeem himself and just have some crazy games, like I would say they'll, just for the storyline of two-time Heisman winner. You know what I mean? Like I could see him getting it again.
Yeah, I had Penix Jr. winning. I think that Oregon game kind of set him apart from everybody else,
Absolutely.
especially with Colorado dropping down. Shador wasn't having good games. Caleb Williams dropped. He struggled the last 3 weeks. So, and then that win against Oregon kind of boosted Penix's stock to win the Heisman Trophy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody from, Alabama or Ohio State is going to win it. I don't think anybody from Georgia is going to win it. So, I think right now Penix is like the leading vote getter, in my opinion.
How do you feel about J.J. McCarthy?
From Michigan?
Yeah.
I feel like he's done enough, but not to the point where he could be a top 3 finalist for the Heisman.
I can see that.
Granted, they still have to play Penn State and Ohio State at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And given how, if this cheating thing is going to be a distraction to this team and him, that could play a huge factor in what happens going forward.
I agree. So give me your who you think is going to come out on top for the Ohio State and Michigan game. I know we got a little while to go before that happens, but
As much as I hate Ohio State, I got to go Ohio State. I don't think they're going to lose to Michigan 3 years in a row.
yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Okay.
I really don't.
I'm gonna disagree with you, but I respect your decision, but respectfully, I think Michigan gonna win out. I ain't gonna lie. Them boys been balling, and they got a good overall team. I think J.J. McCarthy has come into himself. Their running back is tough. I think he was like up for whatever the running back award is. I can't even think of it right now, but he was up for it last year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Defense is solid, but then again, you could say the same thing about Ohio State for real. So
The only knock on Ohio State is they have a young quarterback.
yeah, yeah,
He's starting to pick it up, but at the beginning of the year, it looked a little shaky for him.
yeah. I agree.
All right. As far as the NFL season, we're about the midway point now. Trade deadline is in, I think, next week from today. You Cowboys fans?
Of course.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you see us making any sort of moves at the trade deadline or before the deadline?
It hurts my heart to say this, but absolutely not. I don't think so. I don't think Jerry is. I think he thinks we have enough to make it to the Super Bowl, and honestly, I do too. I feel like we could add some depth as far as O-line. We could also get a little bit better receiver, but there's no receiver on the market right now. That is
Devontae
worth.
Adams.
But who are we going to give up for Devontae Adams?
You can give up two second round picks for him.
They're not giving up Devontae for 2 second-round picks.
I think that's what they gave up for Amari Cooper. I don't think he went for a first.
No, I don't think Oakland or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the Raiders at the end of the day,
Yeah.
but
I don't. Yeah, it's true. That's true.
I don't think they gave up a first for Martin Cooper though.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean,
you can't put nothing past the Raiders. You're right about that.
I mean, you got a guy that's almost 30 years old. He's struggling with his current team. He kind of wants out. I ain't gonna say clearly wants out, but he kind of wants out. I'm not saying we got to make that move, but I say why not? Or Kyle Pitts. I think Atlanta will be open to trading him. Now you're going to have to give up a first for him, but
Yeah, definitely got to give up first for Kyle Pitts.
but I'll take Kyle Pitts.
Did you see that catch he made?
The one-handed behind the back. Yeah.
Stiffed on the guy. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
How you do that? But yeah, I would love Devontae Adams on the Cowboys. I don't see that happening. But if it did, you know what I'm saying, we gonna cheer for that one, him or Kyle Pitts. But I just don't see Jerry making any real moves.
If anything, I think we need more defense than offense. I think we need somebody to come in that corner spot.
Yeah, for Diggs.
For Diggs, yeah, because putting Gilmore in that nickel spot is not working. He's getting burnt. We got other guys getting hurt, Jordan Lewis, so we need another corner. I think Philly beat us to the punch on defense by trading for Kevin Byard yesterday.
Mm-hmm. That was so.
It was wild.
I'm not gonna lie. Tennessee, if y'all watching this, I hate y'all. Because why would you and what was it for, a second round pick?
Yeah, and they traded a DB to Tennessee.
Yeah, man, they just made it a lot harder for everyone else, but it'll be okay though. But yes, I love that pickup for Philly, but I just don't understand why Tennessee would do that, man. Like y'all just giving up.
Same reason they gave up AJ Brown to Philly, man.
Come on, bro, y'all helping. I think they got a good friendship or something.
Oh, of course.
I think the owners got hey man, listen, I'll throw you a couple. Hey, yeah. if you send some players over, because that don't make no sense, bro.
It don't
make no sense.
Speaking of Philly, you think at the end of the year the NFL is gonna do something about the tush push?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
So. NFL, it's all about ratings, and as long as the hype is up, and especially because I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. So
yeah, I do too.
As long as that's the case, oh yeah, nah, they don't care nothing about it.
But to me, I don't see a way you can ban it when everybody else is doing it.
Right.
I think Philly coach put it a good way. Like everybody tries to do it, but they can't do it.
Right.
Not every team has a strong quarterback like Jalen, a strong offensive line like that, and a strong wide receiver like AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do it, and it's hard for them. It's hard to scheme against them, doing it. Everybody wants to go over the top and try to stop it when you try to go underneath and stop it. But either way, you ain't stopping it.
Yeah, as we seen, it's been teams try. But
fail.
It's not as easy as it look. And if you don't got that personnel, yeah, you're over with.
No. You see any other players get moved around by next week, like Derrick Henry or?
I wish we could get Derrick Henry.
We don't have the space for him, man.
No, we don't. But
we don't have the space for that.
Nah, not off the top of my head. I would have to go and look into some more stuff. But I know that if Dallas, and I know I'm tired, and we're gonna keep talking about Dallas, but if we make any good moves, I'll be happy.
I feel the same way. So far, how do you grade Bryce Young's performance through 7 weeks of football?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Carolina. Bryce Young, I can't tell if it's a problem of scheme or if it's the problem of like the O-line. But Carolina's offense looks terrible. They look awful. Like what game was that? I think New Orleans.
Monday night here.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of that game, and I'm just like, we can't, or not we, but North Carolina can't move the ball past the 50-yard line. It was 3-and-outs back to back. I'm just like, this doesn't look good. And like I said, I can't tell if it's a personnel problem or if it's a scheme problem because Bryce Young played amazing at Bama. So it's like, what's the problem now?
It's a different speed.
That's true.
I mean, guys are bigger in the pros than in college.
That's true.
I kind of agree with you. Scheme. I think coaching has a bit to do with it as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they're letting him use what's helped him get there. Not just the arm, but his running ability as well.
Right.
And I noticed that about a lot of, mobile quarterbacks outside of Lamar and Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys don't use their legs as much. Like
he's
Russ.
also not that fast. He's okay.
Yeah.
I would say he's not as fast as of course not Lamar.
No.
What's the little guy in Arizona?
Oh, Kyler.
He's not as fast as Kyler Murray.
They the same size. But
And
yeah.
the same size. See, Kyler Murray can, get his way out of things. Bryce Young really isn't that fast like that to do that. And he's not as big as Josh Allen is.
Oh, no.
So it's with all of that being the case, it's kind of hard to make him more of a dual threat that you would like to see or that you've seen him be in Bama. But I don't know. They're going to have to figure something out because it's looking bad.
This week they got C.J. Stroud, and I've been on record saying that they should have took C.J. Stroud instead of Bryce, but
Absolutely.
we'll see what happens Sunday when they come to town. I think that's going to be
Who do you got?
Houston.
Okay.
Carolina ain't won a game.
Smart, man.
Panthers ain't won a game, so
Right.
I'll take the high road. I'm going to take Houston on that one.
Yeah, Houston doesn't look too bad, to be honest.
They got a good team, man.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they have a good team this year. I didn't think they were going to be this good this year.
I knew that they would be better just off of the simple fact that they their head coach, again, the new head coach he has more of a defensive mind, and the addition of C.J. Stroud. So.
Yeah. And they got Will Anderson Jr. wreaking havoc on the.
Hey,
on the
shout
outside.
out Dutchtown High School, Stockbridge, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? My boy Will, but yeah, he's a dog.
Oh,
for sure.
All right, and then playoff contenders. Who do you see making the playoffs? We'll start there.
Okay. Like just on each side.
Yeah, on both the AFC and the NFC.
I'm gonna give you my just top four.
Okay.
I got Philly.
Okay.
I got San Fran. Oh wait, hold on. Am I wilding?
Nah, they in the same
Okay,
kind.
okay.
Yeah, NFC. Yeah. So
Okay.
Philly, San Fran.
Philly, San Fran. Dallas,
Okay.
and
I'm looking for one team, bro. I'm looking for one team on your list
who am I not thinking about?
because they on my list for making the playoffs.
Philly, San Fran, Dallas. Who are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about Detroit.
Oh yeah, duh. I'm not Detroit. I mean, they have been looking good the first 5 games or whatever, but
Sunday they got obliterated.
They
Sunday
got destroyed, and I felt like they were reverting back to the
No,
old Detroit. And that was bad. And Baltimore have been playing good, but they don't have just a complete team like that. So for Detroit to have been smashed like that, so
Yeah, I kind of agree. Philly, San Fran, Dallas, Detroit. On the outside of that, I mean, you got to have a winner out of NFC South.
yeah.
My heart, I want to say New Orleans.
That's who I would go with.
I want to say New Orleans, but after what I saw Thursday night against Jacksonville, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tampa's starting to fall off. They started hot, but they starting to fall off.
Yeah, I wouldn't put too much trust in Baker Mayfield.
I wouldn't either. I guess I would go with New Orleans. I mean, they got to win. Somebody has to win the NFC South. I guess New Orleans. I guess they're the most complete team. I mean, once they get healthy,
Yeah, I can see that.
What
AFC,
Yeah. What about the AFC?
of course, Kansas City.
Okay.
Um, Now don't shoot me. You hold on. Don't shoot me. Is Buffalo? That's AFC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um,
So you got Kansas City, Buffalo.
Kansas City, Buffalo. Who else? Help me out. Kansas
Yeah.
City, Buffalo, Miami.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that Miami. Okay.
Um, Even though Miami's they're starting to look bad.
I think it was just one game.
You think it's just one game?
Physicality beats finesse any day of the week.
That's true. That's true. And the last one. Minnesota.
They in the NFC.
Oh, I knew that. That was a joke for y'all.
They in
Make
the
sure y'all
NFC,
was
dog.
paying attention. I don't know. Give me one.
You got
Who was yours?
I go Kansas City, Baltimore.
Baltimore.
I think the AFC East is gonna come down to Miami and Buffalo, but I'm gonna take the Jags.
Okay.
Like I said, the AFC East is a toss up between those two, and then I kind of want to put the Chargers in there if they can get hot. I think they might need to make a move at the deadline though, to get somebody, not send somebody away.
Right.
But yeah, that AFC East is gonna be tough. Whoever wins that one will go further in the playoffs. But it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm not heavy on the Chargers. I'm not.
Not this season. They lost Mike Williams.
Yeah.
I think that hurt. Austin Eckler ain't been right.
He's hurt.
He ain't been right. Keenan Allen been putting in a lot of work. Justin Herbert, he's hurt a little bit with that hand.
Yeah, and Austin Eckler, you owe me $25, my boy.
Oh, your prize picks.
On my prize picks, man. I had him fantasy. I had him 17. He been hitting. I'm like, okay, yeah, he coming back first game. Man, couldn't get in the end zone, bro. I was like, man, golly. But it's okay. You gonna get me back right.
Trust me, I know. I had Will Lutz last season. Couldn't make a field goal. He ain't making one field goal.
How you feel about Jake Moody missing all the field goals?
I love it. I just wish it was against Dallas.
That's true.
But I love it though.
Yeah.
I pray on their downfall and Philly.
Yeah, I was mad at the time because I had them on my parlay, but it's all good. It's okay. You owe me some money too.
All right, out of the teams you named, you said Philly. You got them as a Super Bowl lock.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the AFC, who do you think would be a Super Bowl lock?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I think they have the most complete team. Them guys been playing with each other, been meshing ever since the first loss to Detroit, where they didn't even have Travis Kelce or Chris Jones. I just, I think, and then Patty Mahomes is the best player in the league right now. So I feel like if you had to bet money, I'm going with Kansas City and Philly. Again.
I gotta go Baltimore. I think what they showed Sunday.
Okay.
If they can play like that every single week and not go up and down like they've been this year,
Yeah.
if they can stay that consistent, I think they'll be the scariest team in the league. When you got a quarterback, you don't know what he gonna do. He started hitting you with 10, 15 yards, throwing the ball, and then he'll pull it and run another 30.
Yeah.
And you got, running backs galore back there, that can push it down the field. And the defense is scary.
Yeah.
So I got Philly and Baltimore right now.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl.
I love that pick, though. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. Shout out to my cousin Raekwon for Baltimore. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. But if I had to bet, I would go with Philly and Kansas City. But I ain't mad at Baltimore either, though.
We'll see that in a few weeks from that Philly Kansas City rematch.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's gonna be something to watch. That's gonna be a good game to watch.
You think it's gonna be low scoring or high scoring like the Super Bowl?
I feel like it's gonna come in around the same score it did in the Super Bowl, a one-score game.
Yeah,
Probably more 24-17 type.
I can see that.
You know, I think Philly defense is more equipped now to withstand their offense a little more
Yeah.
than it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I hate saying this because when you say stuff like this, Kansas City just gonna go out there and prove it.
Right.
But like they don't have the same playmakers as they did in the Super Bowl. Like not, you know, they don't have Juju Smith-Schuster. You know, they just got Mecole Hardman back. They don't. I think they still have Scanlon, but
Yeah.
he ain't really been a factor. But
Scott Moore.
yeah, but I know as soon as I say something like that, all three of them gonna have a big game.
Yeah.
You know,
Patrick Mahomes could go out there and throw to me and you right now. We'll get 400.
probably.
Because I think he had like 10 receivers catch a pass last game. I'm like, who are these guys? Like,
Yeah.
We don't even know y'all, but
Yeah.
he's making them playmakers.
Oh yeah. And now it's just gonna come down to their defense. Can their defense, hold off the Philly offense? Can they stop the tush push? Can they stop the deep ball to AJ Brown? Can they stop Julio from being a decoy? Which will lead up to AJ Brown or Devontae Smith getting the rock.
I'm not gonna lie. You're going to have to beat me with Julio. Julio's going to have to go out there and have 150 receiving yards.
150? At his current age, you think he can get 150?
My point exactly. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, like, I'm not letting no Julio decoy beat me. Like, no. We're worried about A.J. Brown because A.J. Brown just had, 5 games in a row? With 125?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, no. A.J. Brown, we doubling you, and everybody else, but you can't even double him because Devontae Smith.
He going to get open.
Yeah.
Slim Reaper going to get open, man.
Yeah, he don't even have to be open. He'll go on top of your head.
And they got tight end Goddard.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a team, man. They got a team. But Cowboys, we're going to beat them, though.
Hopefully.
No, we got to speak it up.
No, trust me, I know, but hopefully, I'm just looking for a split, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just hope we don't get swept. I'm looking for an even split, make it interesting, because we already behind the 8-ball with 2 losses. The loss to Arizona hurt, and then the loss to San Francisco.
Yeah, that Arizona loss, boy. That had me so hot.
I ain't going to speak on that one.
Yeah, no.
All right. NBA season kicks off tonight. Are there any teams that you're looking forward to watching this year?
Of course, Milwaukee. Milwaukee is one of my favorites because I want to see how Dame and Giannis match together. Phoenix with the addition. Who was it? Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, they got Nurkic and they got Brad. Yeah.
I think both of those were great pickups. Bobo, I think, was a great pickup. So I think they'll be pretty good. I want to see how the Lakers look. Of course, we'll see how they look tonight. But I think they have a better overall team than they did last year. Who else?
You think the Miami Heat could make
think
a
Miami's
run or at least 4 or 5 seed in the playoffs?
I think Miami might not make the playoffs.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs, to be honest.
You think they'd be in the play-in,
They could be in the play-in.
but not the play? You don't think they're gonna make the playoffs?
Because playoffs is what, top 6, right?
Top 8. Play-in is 8 through 10, but you gotta fight your way to make the
So
7. No, it's my bad. It's 7 through 10. You gotta fight your way to make the 7 and 8 seed.
Yeah. So do I think they're going to be top 6? No. I think they'll be 7, 8, 7-8ish if they have a better season, like, then I think they're going to have. Because I'm thinking maybe 9, 10.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of see that. I'm still stuck on you saying Bobo, great addition to Phoenix. I don't think he's going. He ain't showed nothing up to this point. I mean, I like Bobo, but
I think he has the skills to if he is able to go out there and show it, because even with Denver when he went out there, or with Orlando as well, when he went out there he was,
yeah, he showed a
mixing
little bit. Yeah, yeah.
I think if they was to if they treated him like how they treated, or how they're currently treating Wembyama, he would be a little bit better.
Then who? Wemby?
No, but not him being better than Wemby.
Oh.
I think he would be a better player than he is now.
Oh, okay,
I don't
okay.
think he would just be averaging 5 points a game.
Okay. How do you feel about Wemby? How you think he's gonna look in year one?
I ain't gonna lie, Wemby's nice. Wemby's nice, and he doesn't have a team around him that he has to share any. Like, okay, for instance, Chet Holmgren, he has 30-point scorers like around him. Like, he has a pretty good team, so he's gonna have to split the split the ball with everybody else. But with Wemby, if I'm Pop, hey, if he don't touch the ball, if he don't shoot the ball 25 times a game, all y'all getting traded. We getting rid of all y'all. We'll go, everybody getting traded. We'll go to the G League and do something else. But yeah, I think he's gonna have a nice development, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out. I think it's gonna be a all-star
In year one?
year one.
I mean, that's not far off. That's not far
I
off.
think it's gonna be all-star because what is thinking? I think my average like 25 and 12.
Ooh, 25 and 12 in year one? I'm thinking more maybe 18 and 12.
Okay.
I see more 18 and 12, to be honest.
If Pop know what's good for him,
Oh, yeah, he
He
touched
need
the
to
rock
be-
every play.
yeah, y'all get out the way.
Yeah.
That's his man.
He a demigod. He a real life, 7'4" demigod.
Seriously.
All right. Any finals contenders that you see? Or let me ask you this first.
Okay.
Who are the teams that you think have to win now, or is gonna look different at the end of the season?
If it's gonna look different,
So like they have to win. Like this is their season to like win it all or get to the finals.
Boston,
Yeah, I agree.
because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown duo. Be honest with you. Honestly, I don't think they believe in it. I think Jaylen Brown was just trying to get his money, which is he's a smart man. But I don't believe in the duo. I think Phoenix has to win. Phoenix has to win. I don't think that they're going to break that team up if they don't win this year. But I feel like it'll be a bust if they don't win. And same with Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee probably has the most leniency. But Phoenix has a super team, bro. They have a super team.
I think I'm kind of with you on Boston. I think they have to win now. They've been there before, so they know what it takes to get to the finals. They got a taste of it, but they just ran into, Steph.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do agree Boston has to win now. Phoenix has to win now. You got Kevin Durant, Booker, and Brad Beal all on one team. You got to win.
Quick question. I don't mean to cut you off. Who's the alpha? Who's taking the last shot on that team?
I don't know. That's just like who gonna take the last shot in Dallas. You got a full season of Kyrie and Luka. And they had games where it came down to who gonna take the last shot.
I know who better be taking that last shot for Phoenix.
Slim Reaper.
Come on now.
Slim Reaper. That's the only.
I mean, and I know
Either him or Book, to be honest.
Yeah, and I know Book think he Kobe. He's sending text messages and stuff to Kobe like this man's gonna read them. But Book, when it come down to that last shot, you pass that ball to KD if you know what's good for you. What KD is a sniper.
Easy money.
Yeah.
Easy money sniper.
Sorry, go ahead, though.
But yeah. Phoenix, Boston got to win it now. I think the Clippers are a team that have to win it now.
Yeah.
You got a healthy PG and Kawhi coming into the season.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, if they don't win it or get close, I think one of them might be gone.
I can see that.
Who
Who has to leave, though?
Probably Kawhi, to be honest. I hate saying that, but
Yeah.
I think Kawhi.
Yeah.
He hasn't been there long enough. Well, I shouldn't say he hasn't been there long enough, but he hasn't done enough.
Right.
He comes in, low manages, plays, gets hurt, and is out for 65% of the season.
So you getting rid of the 2-time Finals MVP over PG?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me, though.
I respect it.
And then my dog Russ, you're going to have a full season with him. The 26 games that he was there last year, it worked. A full season, I think it'll work. I think this is a better place for him to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think him being on the Lakers was a little too much.
Oh,
I know a lot of people, try to disrespect his name and his game. Like, he ain't averaged a triple-double 4 out of the last 5 seasons, in a row.
Yeah.
And act like he not the triple-double king.
Yeah, I'm not hopping on this Russell Westbrook hate train because it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think what did they have him in the top 100? Wasn't it like
94.
70?
No, they had 94. 94. There's no way there are not.
They had.
There's no way it's 50-something players better than him currently right now. You got two guys that hasn't even played a minute of basketball ranked higher than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
It makes no sense to me.
They're smoking something, and whatever it is, they need to put it out because that's not cool. Russell Westbrook is a top. Hold on, fire. He's a top. I'm gonna say top 30.
Right now,
Yeah, you don't think he's top 30?
I'd say top 50. I'd say in the top 50.
Top 50?
Yeah, I think his game has went on a little bit of a decline, but I wouldn't go. I think there's some of the young guys like Fox, SGA.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I would rank them above Russ.
Okay.
So I would say top 50 though, not 94, not on the back half of a top 100 list.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Another team, real quick, that I see that has to win it, I think the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lakers, like you said, they got a new team, fresh new team,
Mm-hmm.
probably the best team they've had since they won the finals.
Yeah.
I think they are in a position now to win it. I got a little. One of my bosses, he asked me a few years ago, do I think Bron can win 2 in the next 5 years? I said, yeah. I'm down like 3 years, so I need Bron to like kick it into gear, him and AD, to stay on the floor and and get another ring.
So, what is? I'm trying to figure out which question I want to ask. What's your over under for games they can win this year, or need to win?
The Lakers?
Yeah.
I would say 55. I think 55 needs to be like their mark for where they need to, be serious contenders.
Okay.
Because I think
And 55 will probably put them like
third.
fourth, fourth?
In the West, shoot, that can be anywhere. But I think Denver's going to probably get 60 plus wins.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State will probably have around 58 wins. When you got Steph, you got Steph, Clay, Dre, and then you got Chris Paul come off the bench as a 6-man.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that too.
And we'll come back on that too.
Okay, cool.
I think they'll get 58. I think the Lakers will get around 55. I see the Clippers around maybe 53 wins this year.
Okay.
If everybody's healthy. Phoenix, I can see them around 53, 54 wins as well. I think the sleeper again this year is going to be Sacramento. I think they're going to get 50 wins this year.
Okay. Oh, so everybody got 50 wins.
So I think that's going to be the top. Those are going to be the upper echelon teams.
Yeah.
A sleeper team, if everybody healthy in the West, I think will be New Orleans, if they can stay healthy. Like Zion has to play. Like it ain't no more missing 75% of the games this year for him. I think he has to like play for them to be contenders. I think Brandon Ingram needs to take a step up in his game because he really disappointed me this summer in FIBA.
Yeah,
he started hot and then he just like went cold for some reason. And then you got a full season with CJ McCollum this year. You're gonna have Alvarado, playing defense like a mini Pat Bev. my dog Trey Murphy, he gonna be out for a little bit, but when he come back, he gonna be straight. But you got Herb Jones, so I think they'll be all right.
And they were number one at one point, right?
Yeah, before Zion got hurt, yeah, they were like the number one team in the West. Now a team I'm missing, Memphis. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't know how many wins they're gonna get. I don't know how many wins I can see them getting, but I think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, I can see that. Them 25 games with Ja not being there is going to hurt a little bit. And then losing Dylan Brooks, I feel it's kind of bad. Or
I disagree. I think that was probably the best thing for both sides. Was for him to get away from Memphis. I feel like he was becoming too much of a distraction.
I could see that, but at the end of the day, Dylan Brooks was averaging like a solid 15.
Oh yeah,
sure. Like 15. Like he contributed.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he was a defensive guy too. So I think he was a good part of Memphis's team when Ja went down last year. But yeah, I agree with you about Memphis. I could see them finishing like 7th, 8th in the West.
Honestly, I don't think they're gonna finish that low. I think they could fit in 6. I think when you add in Marcus Smart, I think that's gonna help. You got a vet in there who's been to a finals, who plays hard on defense. He can knock down threes if you need him to. I think that's gonna help, and that's gonna help a young locker room. You got Derrick Rose in there too, another vet who knows who's been at the peak.
Derrick Rose ain't touching that floor.
I don't know. I think he will. I mean,
you think so?
The first 25, yeah. Now after that, remains to be seen. But I think when you got a guy who's been at the top of the top, being an MVP, being like one of the faces of the league, I think he can help. I think he can help Ja, especially since everybody compares like their games to each other. Like, Ja is jump out the gym. Young D Rose will jump out the gym. But I think they'll be all right though.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not heavy on Marcus Smart, but I'm with you.
No, you're not.
I don't think Marcus Smart is that good, to be honest. I don't think he's that good. I think he's like the equivalent of a Dylan Brooks, to be honest with you. He's like a 10, 15, 10, maybe 15 a night.
But that 10 is more efficient. I think that 10 is better than what a 10 from Dylan to get you.
Dylan just got he has an annoying 10. He has an annoying 15.
Marcus does too.
I'm not sold on Marcus Smart. I ain't gonna lie.
I do. I mean, he the reason why I think he's part of the reason why Boston got to the finals.
No,
a couple years ago.
I think their backcourt was the reason why they couldn't.
He was Defensive Player of the Year that year. He's the second guard to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I feel you on that. But what are they measuring, like, the Defensive Player of the Year? Like, what makes him the Defensive Player of the Year? You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get that. I think that's one of those awards where, like, it's like, what are we measuring here?
Right.
But I feel the same way about the MVP, but that's another discussion. Yeah. But I mean, he was solely part of the reason why they got there. I mean, they struggled that season at first, and then after they made some moves, they kicked it into high gear, and Tatum and Brown just started playing out of their minds. Obviously they still had Robert Williams and Grant Williams there.
Grant Williams is also not good like that.
He's solid. He's solid. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's from Charlotte. Yeah. Because he's from the crib. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's from the crib. So
we'll rock out with that.
But I mean, he played a key role when they went to the finals. So did Big Rob as well. Not having him is gonna hurt, but
yeah, I was gonna ask if his absence is gonna like make a big difference.
Yeah. I mean, you got a agent Al Horford, and then Porzingis, who is kind of on and off the floor. If he's on the floor, I think they'll be straight. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll give Milwaukee a run for the East. But if he's not there, you can pencil in Milwaukee to go to the finals. So,
dang, I gotta take my tape back from Miami. I just was thinking about like who else is in the East that like Atlanta? No.
Like
Who
They
else?
got rid of John
Charlotte?
Collins.
No.
No, they not ready for prime time.
Like Miami. Okay, I take that back. I take it back.
I mean,
Only because nobody else in the East is really talking about nothing for real.
I mean, I think Cleveland gonna surprise a lot of people.
Cleveland is good.
I think last year I think the moment was just too big for a lot of those guys. For that to be their first playoffs, I think the moment was just a little too big.
New York is. I seen they were trying to make trades for Julius Randle. I'm just like,
I do.
the Knicks.
Julius Randle is not that guy.
Nah.
He has no dog in him.
But why are you getting rid of him though? Who are you going to get back for Julius Randle?
I don't know, but you can get him out of New York.
Yeah, that's true.
That's Jalen Brunson's team.
Yeah, that's true.
That is Jalen Brunson's team.
Yeah, I take that back for Miami. I can see them being like 6, 5, 6.
Okay.
Sure.
How you feel about Golden State? I know he's gonna circle back to this.
Yeah. I think Golden State has a good team, but if Chris Paul is going to be starting, they can hang that up. They can hang it up because, for one, their team is entirely too small with Chris Paul starting. Which the team is already too small, but I think that takes away from Draymond's powers if Chris Paul is on the floor.
As far as what?
Draymond being like the facilitator, like the. Well, maybe not though. I've been kind of like back and forth with how I feel about that because Curry doesn't have to have the ball in his hands.
No.
Clay doesn't have to have the ball in his hands. The only person that actually has to have the ball in his hands is Draymond and Chris Paul. Because Chris Paul's not like a catch and shoot type of guy or a stand in the corner type of guy.
Yeah.
So is Draymond going to be – and Draymond is definitely not going to be shooting no threes or not posting nobody up. Like, what is your role now? Like,
which, honestly, I think to that point, though, I think that opens the floor because you could run a lineup of Steph, CP, Clay at the 3, Wiggins at the 4, and Draymond at the 5.
With pick and rolls with Draymond and
yeah,
Chris.
like you could do something like that. Mm-hmm. It could work, but I really think Chris will come off the bench so you can still have Looney start at the 5. Mm-hmm. That way you could run your traditional, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, Looney.
Yeah.
And just have CP come off, as a 6-man.
Yeah.
And you could honestly run a lineup of Chris and Steph at the same time. I think that once they start doing that, I think that's going to give everybody problems.
Yeah, so with the Chris and Steph on the floor at the same time, would that have Draymond off and put like Kuminga or somebody in there? You
could. I mean, dude, Steve Kerr could draw up so much for that team. He can throw so many different lineups out there. It's going to be tough to stop, honestly.
I didn't think they were going to keep Chris Paul. When that trade happened, I thought they were using him as just as an asset to get somebody else.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it was decent in the preseason. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see tonight for sure.
Yeah. Who do you think are your 2 top teams to come out of each conference and match up in the finals? And who do you have winning the finals?
I'm a East, of course, Milwaukee.
Okay.
East is so terrible.
No, it is.
Milwaukee and honestly, I'm gonna say Cleveland because
out of the East.
Yeah.
So those are your 2 teams that you could see coming out of the East. Okay.
Yeah, and I would have said 76ers, but I don't know what's going on with James Harden.
Yeah.
I think Tyrese Maxey is going to be more productive this year. But
and Jaden Springer. Shout out to Jaden Springer. He from the crib as well.
Okay, yeah, shout him out. But the reason I like Cleveland, for one, Donovan Mitchell is a dog. Darius Garland is nice. But the pickup of Imani Bates, I don't think people understand how tough Imani Bates is. He's going to go out there and average a solid 18.
In his rookie year? Off rip?
It depends on how they use him. If they use him correctly, I'm not going to say 18. Let's say 15. I think 15 is
that's still kind of a lot, but go ahead.
He can, but he is nothing that he really can't do. He can drive. He's long. Pause. He can drive. He can shoot the 3. like efficiently. It's like I don't know. I just see like that working. You know what I mean? I think that was a sleeper pick of the draft. But
I agree.
who else? On the West, I would say who I would like it to be would be the Lakers and Phoenix. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it'll be Phoenix and Denver again. If I had to bet, bet some money or something, but I would like it to be Lakers and Phoenix, but I would say Denver and Phoenix for my two out the West. What about you?
Out of the East, Milwaukee. I'm going to go with Boston.
Okay.
I think those are the two heavyweights in the conference. Like you said, a lot of other teams like Chicago, this DeRozan-Levine thing hasn't worked out. Charlotte's not ready for prime time. They got a super young team.
Yeah.
I don't think Toronto's in a position to contend again. I think that was just like a flash in the pan thing.
Yeah.
So I really just see those two. I think Cleveland will go further than just the second round or first round, whichever one. I forgot when they got knocked out, but I think they'll go further this year. I don't see them, making it to the finals, especially without Bron. But
Yeah.
I think Milwaukee and Boston are my two favorites coming out of the East. Out of the West, obviously the championship, the whole season runs through Denver, so automatically I would say them. And then I'm actually go with the Lakers. I think they have a very solid team, a much younger team that could actually help Bron and AD get to where they want to go. I think Austin Reeves is going to take a huge jump this year in his game. And getting Gabe Vincent I think that was probably like the perfect move for the Lakers to make this offseason.
Gabe and Cam Reddish.
Yes, I forgot about Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish is a dog.
The dog.
He just started out a little slow, but Cam is like that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to work in Atlanta, but him and Trae Young, I thought that, and John Collins, I thought that could have worked, but
yeah. Who is John Collins with now? Is he with
in Utah? Unfortunately,
Utah. Okay.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
All right, and then last thing before we get out of here, MVP hopefuls. Who do you think taking home the MVP this year?
Giannis.
Okay.
I think Giannis just because they have a complete team. They have a weak conference. Yeah, I'm going Giannis.
Giannis?
Yeah.
I don't think this guy's going to win it, but he's my pick to win it.
Okay.
I think
Ant-Man.
I think he's going to win the MVP in my opinion.
Okay.
He straight dog. He from where you from? He from Georgia,
Atlanta,
from Atlanta. He got that straight dog in him. This summer was great for him in FIBA, but he turned it up. I think he should win MVP. I think he's gonna be one of the leading candidates for MVP.
Okay.
But realistically, like per like NBA and fan standards, honestly, it's a wild one. But I think Dame could win the MVP this year.
Dame, okay, same team.
I think Dame could get his first MVP this year.
Okay, so that's you saying Dame is gonna be the alpha.
Yeah.
Or at least taking the most shots.
Yeah, oh yeah, take the most shots. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't mad at it. Ain't mad.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's and I know a lot of people gonna be surprised with that and one, but
yeah,
I think he gonna take over this year.
Shout out to that boy Ant-Man.
Yeah, he gonna take over this year. All right, man. Well, that'll do it for episode 2 of After the Final Buzzer. Again, I'm your host, Kenny Murphy Jr. Appreciate my dog, Jamar, for coming through and chopping it up with me tonight.
Yes, sir.
See y'all on the next one.